Good morning, friends. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Jared Talks About Random Shit he's dealt with. And today's topic is about journaling. I don't know why I'm laughing, sorry. Journaling. So journaling is essentially just writing down all your thoughts and feelings down on anything that you want. So you can either choose a book, like how I choose to do it. You can do it through an app. I know there's like a bunch of like journaling apps now these days. A bit lazy, to be fair. But you know, some people need their prompts. Some people like to use their phones, and the other is obviously like for digitally. You know, people do it for a blog sometimes. People do it for Word, Google Docs, blah blah blah. How long have I been doing it personally? I've been doing it since 2019, and the reason obviously I did it during 2019, I think it was because of COVID. I had so much time on my fucking hands, I had nothing to do, and yeah, it was COVID. I just watched tons of videos, YouTube, you know, just doing all the entertainment stuff, playing games, blah blah blah. And I came across basically Ryan Holiday, who kind of but made it more mainstream, the philosophy of like Stoicism. And I don't know, through whatever I learned from him or whatever I read from him and stuff, journaling was one of the things that was an actionable step that you could take to better your mental health. And I'm all about actionable steps here. I think in Stoicism, like the main guy, Marcus Aurelius, which was this like famous Roman emperor, he wrote a fucking diary throughout his whole fucking time in power. And yeah, there's that book now, but I can't remember. I think it's called Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. So you can go ahead, read that if you want. It's pretty dry. It's pretty like long. It's not a long book. It's pretty short. Maybe like this small or whatever. But obviously it's written in it's translated from Latin, Roman language. But I would just watch a YouTube video explaining what it means, what that means, what Stoicism is. I think that's a different topic for another video, whereas this time we're just talking about journaling. So obviously I started in 2019, and through my experience, what I've found is I've noticed improvements in my mental health, my creativity, and setting goals. You may ask, what are your credentials to talk about this topic, or what are your credentials to talk about anything? So I'm gonna list them. Basically, I have none. I would just say I have experience in mental health. I started therapy when I was 16. That was just asking for help. I just asked for help when I was 16 because I was facing this mental health struggle that I couldn't really explain, or that I couldn't talk about with either my family or most of my friends, because for me, and I don't know, I feel like it still is right now, talking about your feelings as a man, talking about your feelings as talking about bad feelings, especially about sad, depressive, emotions that can make a man look weak. Those were some of the things I was struggling with when I was 16, and I'm still struggling with right now. But the only difference is I'm being more open about it, and I'm sharing this whole experience and struggles with it, because There's gonna be so many people like me, and I didn't have a role model or I guess a figure to look up to, especially for mental health. So hopefully I can become that for you. I don't know if that will be good, but it's your choice if you listen to me. I have good intentions, and I would love to just help anyone who's been in the same position as me, because I know it's super lonely, it's hard, but you will get through it. You will get through it in any way. You know, you'll find your way throughout all this. And you know, the biggest teacher, biggest thing that could really help is just time, you know. You get wise through doing all this stuff. Every year, every day of learning, you get wiser. You know, I'm only 25, gotta thought about that one. But I'm dedicated to this pursuit of a strong character, a strong person, and a good person. So that's me. So yeah, started therapy at 16. I'm basically, a lot of it is self-taught, obviously because of the YouTube videos, a lot of self-help books. You know, do you want me to name them all? Fucking Mark Manson, Tim Ferriss, Ryan Holiday, Albert Camus, Nietzsche. These are just like some of the authors I've read. And they all books, all like non-fiction books, whatever, they all give the philosophy of the writer or just thoughts about a certain thing. And obviously, in a book, there's so many ideas and so many things that you can take from it. And these are just some of my like personal anecdotes, personal insights from all the experiences and books and information I've given. So, you know, some of it might not be fucking factually true. Some of it just might be anecdotally true, like for me. But I just want to say this is just from my experience, from my understanding, and don't quote me on any of this because I could be wrong. I'm not ashamed to be wrong, especially about mental health because it's so individualized. Some things work for some people and some things don't work for others. That's all about the advantages of journaling. I need this book because there's so much to cover, and I can't be bothered to remember a script. I'm not a fucking actor. Some advantage are it really helps with emotional clarity because it can help you articulate your thoughts and feelings down onto a book, and it helps to reduce your stress and anxiety. The main problem that this current society or the current generation is, I think, experiencing right now, it's just a lot of overthinking, a lot of anxiety, and you know why? Because we're thinking too much, bro.
Whoa!
We're thinking more than we're actually doing, and that's my thought on it. Like, what do we really have to think about? As long as we have a healthy body, we've got food on the table, we've got fucking shelter, we've got family, we've got friends. There's not much to worry about, We've got our basic fucking needs. It's when you start worrying about things that you can't really control, like the weather, the fucking people's opinions about you, people's like thoughts about you. You can't control any of that. Control what you can control. It's I don't know the term. I know the term, but I don't know where it comes from. It's known as like the locus of control. So there's either external or internal. External locus of control just means that you are being affected by external factors. Like your mood is dependent on the weather, your mood is dependent on your mom and dad's reaction, your mood is dependent on your girlfriend's reaction, blah blah blah. All that, external, all things outside of you. And when you start changing from external into internal locus of control, it's so much better. It's so much better because you're focusing on problems that only you can change. But what are some things that you can change? You may ask. Well, I'm gonna tell ya. So obviously some things you can control are your emotions, your reaction, your words, your thoughts, your feelings, your mindset. Oh, that's so many things you can control. And don't let people fucking flood your internal locus of control with bullshit, bro. Listen to yourself, listen to your gut, listen to your instincts, okay? I heard that, I don't know, I heard it from a podcast. It's like your instincts and your gut has been the only ones that has led you wrong. I mean, let's start again. Your instincts and your gut have been the only ones to lead you to right. And sometimes that gut instinct can also lead you to wrong. But you need to just keep practicing that fucking skill. You need to just listen to yourself. Listen to what your body needs. Listen to what your heart needs. You know? Because ultimately, at the end of the day, it's your life, you know? No one's gonna come and save you. No one's gonna baby you. No one's gonna tell you what you should do. Because no one knows what they're doing. Everyone is making this shit up, you know? But everyone's got a good poker face. But ultimately, no one fucking knows what we're doing in this life. Do you think I know what I'm doing here? I'm in Thailand. Like, I knew I wanted this, but I didn't know what I'm gonna do here. I didn't think I was gonna start a fucking YouTube channel or Instagram. But things change, and you gotta roll with it. You gotta roll with this, roll with the punches. God damn, I'm just trying to explain one point, and I go into so much. Another advantage, number 2, is goal setting. It's a way to set goals, to track goals, and obviously achieve them. You know. In my personal experience, it's been nice to actually write a goal down, because it doesn't matter if I achieved it or not. It just matters what type of mindset I was going for, or what type of vision I had. If I had a goal that was really small, like let's say work out once a day, that's a pretty small goal. Like, come on, like, it makes you realize why, you know, why did you set that goal at a certain time, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It makes you track them, like, have you achieved that in a year, you know? You say in your diary, in your journal, I'm gonna create 10 videos in a month or in a year. For me specifically, I just wanted to post 10 pieces of content of the year. And it's nice because I set that in January and I achieved it literally in this time since I've been in Thailand. And I realized, like, what the fuck was I doing for the past 9 months? Why was I so scared to post these videos of me talking? Why does it matter? You know, the people who don't like this stuff anyway, or the people who think it's cringe or what, they're not gonna watch it. And if they do watch it, they're still watching. So it doesn't matter. I should have done this way sooner. Fuck. Everyone else's thoughts. This is my opinion. Finally, another advantage is creativity. I've definitely improved my. I never thought I was a creative person, bro. I was the type of kid in school. I'd be shy at drawing. You know what I mean? Drawing. I'd be like, I can't do this. I can't color properly. I was scared, bro. Like I never wanted to show anyone that I had a sense of a creative mindset or whatever. So the past few years, Jesus, I've really noticed my writing to have increased. And if your writing skills increase, your reading, your speaking, it all bleeds down to other skills. So I would say if you're a creative person or not, or even not even a creative person, if you start doing this, it's only gonna propel you into exploring your creative options. I never thought I'd be making videos. I never thought I'd be making fucking 10, 20 minute talking videos. But here I am. And I'm proof that whatever you do, it'll take time, but you'll get good at it. You'll get good. It's just about reps. It's about repetitions. And let's make this a balanced argument. Let's talk about the disadvantages of journaling. So the disadvantages are obviously, you can say it's time consuming. It can be difficult to find time to write regularly. Before, I set myself a goal of to write a diary entry a day. That didn't last long. That probably lasted like 10, 15 days. But I changed my fucking, my mindset, my goal about it. Like, I didn't have to do it every day. It's just about doing it, So, but I understand that trouble of it can be difficult to find some time to write, because especially like a journal is supposed to be open and honest, and some people don't have time to do that in their busy work lives. They have kids, they have responsibilities, they have other fucking troubles are probably more apparent. So I understand that. Number 2 disadvantage, it can cause a lot of emotional discomfort. I understand for some people, especially if they grew up in a household where emotions and feelings are not really validated or not really talked about, that it might be very challenging to confront your feelings, to start thinking about all the things that's happened in your life. For me, yes, I've had some times where I'm writing and I'm crying, I'm sad, I'm all this, but does that mean I should stop? No. I should explore why I feel like this. Why am I so sad about this topic? Why am I so hurt about this? There must be a reason why I'm writing about this. So let's reframe the mindset of discomfort being a bad thing. Discomfort just means that there is something that you want to change in yourself. And it's like an itch, right? It's like, I want to fix this. Why is it still itchy? Why is it hurting? Should I scratch more? Should I scratch less? But it's about you figuring out how to deal with your emotions, and this is just a way to see your emotions on a book, physically. And finally, obviously, when you're writing all about your feelings and all about that, there's a lot of thinking and a lot of going back in the past and shit like that. So it can lead to overthinking. You can ruminate on negative thoughts, And you can go down a spiral. You know, you can go down for a negative loop of bad thoughts, bad words. You know, and that could affect you physically as well. So, you know, that can happen if it's not approached mindfully and giving you like a set of parameters to like work on. So now I'm just gonna give you some actionable steps that you can do that can help you on your journaling journey. Journaling journey. So some actionable steps I'll give you for free. Wow, what is it?
So nice.
So one is obviously just to choose your medium. Pick one. Pick a book, pick an app, or fucking write it in your notes. I have my notes app as well. If anyone reads that, fuck. Yeah, that'll tell you a lot about my life if you read my notes. Number two, to specifically allot time for journaling. And you know, I just want you, this could be either daily, weekly. I would say for now, for someone who's kind of scared, try and do it like weekly. If you're that scared, if you can't write every day, do it weekly, you pussy. But I would say to really get the benefit, just write daily. Write daily and a lot specific time. So for me, I would always do it like when I was back home in England. I would do it at nighttime, at 10 or 11 p.m. because I know everyone else is asleep. I'm not gonna get disturbed. I'm not gonna get distracted. That's it. Whereas let's say if I do it at like 4 p.m., 5 p.m., the fucking house is like moving. There's TV. My dad's talking, my mom's talking, you know, there's a lot of shit going on. Giving yourself a specific time or, you know, a space to do that, that's gonna be better because it gives you that mindset of, oh yes, I have 30 minutes to write, I have 10 minutes to write, I have 50 minutes to myself. Yeah, it's about creating a comfortable space. And number three is number three is to start small. Start with 5 minutes a day. Start and just write whatever. Write without limits. Write without judgment. Just write, god damn it. And I would love to. It's the same form, not the same format. It's the same principle of progressive overload in a fitness setting. So, you know, when you first go into a gym, you're probably, let's say you're a first timer. When the first time you go into the gym, everything is so new. It's like, whoa, why is there so many weights? Why is everyone sweaty? Why does it stink like shit? Why is there's sweat everywhere? How do I put this weight on? How do I do this? How do I do that? There's a lot of questions going on in your head, and you might be really overwhelmed. But it's always nice to just start with the basics. Just start with something you know. You start with the lat pull down. You start with a fucking bench press, and you just do a couple of reps. Nothing too tiring. Nothing too demanding. Just do a couple of warm-up reps, yeah? You start small, and then you come back the next day, and you keep doing it. You keep doing these basic ass movements every day. It could just be turning up to the gym, you know? I don't understand how turning up to the gym is a goal. Fucking do a workout, bro. Do like at least 10 minutes. But you know, who am I to judge? So you start off small with the same thing. You use that same principle in the gym as you would in your journaling. Just do 5 minutes a day. You keep doing that until you're comfortable. You do 6 minutes a day, then 7, then 8, then 9. And then by the end of it, you're like, why am I only doing 5? Why am I not doing 15? Why am I not doing 20? So you'll find your own routine, you'll find your own work ethic, you'll find it. But let's start off small, okay? So my personal tips, I'll give you free as well. My God, giving the values out. So obviously number one is to create a comfortable space. Build it into your routine. So for me, when I really wanted to get in the headspace of journaling and introspection, it all starts with a shower, you know. I created a whole routine to get me into the thought of writing. So let's do it from the start. It's let's say 9 p.m. My bedtime is like what 10:30, 11. I'm just I'm reacting all the things I did when I was working and journal. So at 9, I decide to get ready for bed, and you know, you shower, you clean, blah blah blah, your face, head, body, and then I would always light a candle, or for me mainly an incense. I love the smell. It gives me like a spiritual whatever feeling. And then you do your face skincare, your hair care. You do all things that gotta do with self-care, because journaling is another form of self-care. So if you build a bunch of habits about self-care, you just do a routine. It's a habit, you know. So you go shower, face, body, incense, and then journal. So I create a whole routine that makes me comfortable to start writing. And this is for you to find out. It's gotta be personal to you. I can't tell you what works for you. I don't know who the fuck. I don't know who you are. You know who you are. So try that. Number 2 is to experiment with the styles of how you write. So you could do like bullet points first, you know, that's usually a lot of people's first go-to is to do bullet points, do some lists, some short sentences, free writing, or even like prompts, journal prompts. You can look that up online. There's so many. You can use, you know, ChatGPT to fucking generate a bunch of prompts. For me, prompts I use common is like, what do you feel grateful for today or this week? What are you grateful for? Generic question. What were some of the challenges this week that you face? Or simply, how are you doing? How are you? And you know, it's how you speak to a friend. You just want to know what's going on with their life and shit. Let them speak, but just ask. But like listen attentively. But the hard thing is you just listen to yourself. So I'm just playing a fucking conversation in my head and I'm writing it down. That's my thing. And finally, last tip, and I think it's the most important tip of this whole thing, or even your whole life, is to completely be honest. I'm gonna say that again. Be honest. So you gotta write without judgment. And I just feel like how you do one thing is how you do most things. So if you're doing all this help, you've watched this video, you've done all the research and whatever, you start writing all your thoughts and feelings. But if it doesn't come from a place of honesty, authenticity, then what is the point of doing all this? What is the point of writing all your thoughts, feelings, if you're not being honest with yourself? Um, yeah, like I've not been honest with myself a lot of times, and this is not about you really. This is about me. Like, with my journaling, I've been sort of honest, but when I read through it, when you read back on some of the stuff you write, you can actually tell when you've been lying to yourself. So cut that fucking shit out and just write honestly, and you'll see why you feel like that. There's no judgment here. All this creation, all this fucking work that you're doing, it's all for yourself. So, you know, you are your biggest fan, you are your biggest critique. So, just be completely honest with yourself. That's all I can say. So, in conclusion, thanks for listening. Journaling can help your. Let's run that back. Journaling can help your mental clarity, your creativity, and your emotional health. I encourage you to really start today. Share your experiences in the comments so we can talk about it and just support each other. Ultimately, at the end of the day, this is just a project for me to connect with like-minded people, to understand that we're never alone. We're never alone. There's someone like me experiencing the same things as me somewhere else in the world, you know. Even if it's 1% of the population, bro. You know how much 1% is in the world? Like 70 million, right? If there's like 7 billion plus, right? God damn. So, you know, to whoever listens to this, to the 1% that wants to listen to me and support me through this, we've got this, man. It's all a journey, it's all a process, and I can't wait to keep sharing my fucking shit. Alright, thank you again, and see you in the next video, bros and girls. See you, friends. Imagine if it didn't record.